They don't make shows like this anymore. For those of us who grew up with Family Matters, this cast gave us more than laughs. They became our surrogate parents, our best friends, and our very first childhood crushes. Carl Winslow wasn't just a character on a screen, he was the father who made us feel safe. Laura wasn't just a girl next door, she was the friend we wished we had. And Steve Urkel? He taught an entire generation that being different wasn't just okay, it was beautiful. Today, let's step away from the noise of the modern world, honor the brilliant cast who shaped who we are, and see their beautiful journeys in 2026. Bringing absolute magic to our screens at number 1 is the one, the only, Jaleel White, our beloved Steve Urkel. Jaleel was only 12 years old when he first put on those oversized glasses and hiked up those suspenders in 1989. What was supposed to be a single guest appearance turned into television history. Today, in 2026, Jaleel is 49 years old, aging beautifully and carrying the years with such incredible grace. You know, Steve Urkel wasn't just a funny character, he was a lifeline. For every kid who ever felt too awkward, too nerdy, too different to fit in, Steve Urkel was proof that the world needed people exactly like them. His clumsiness reminded us that imperfection is not a flaw, it's what makes us unforgettable. And his unwavering love for Laura, it taught a generation of young hearts that true devotion never gives up. And today, Jaleel is thriving. He married Nicoletta Rule in a beautiful ceremony in Los Angeles in May 2024. He is a proud father to his daughter Samaya Samwaya. He's been hosting the hit game show Flipside, which was so successful it was renewed for a second season. He appeared in the Star Wars series Skeleton Crew, and he even released a memoir in late 2024, reflecting on his life and legacy. Jaleel White isn't just surviving after Urkel, he's flourishing. And we couldn't be prouder. At number 2, the irreplaceable soul of the show, Reginald VelJohnson, our beloved Carl Winslow. Reginald was 37 years old when he first walked into the Winslow living room in 1989, already a familiar face from his unforgettable role as Sergeant Al Powell in Die Hard. He was the only cast member to appear in every single one of the show's 215 episodes. Today, in 2026, Reginald is 73 years old and still carrying that same warmth that made millions of families feel like the Winslows were their own. Carl Winslow was so much more than a sitcom dad. For so many of us, he was the father figure we needed. His patience with Steve, his protectiveness of Laura, the way he could be both stern and incredibly tender in the same breath. Carl Winslow showed us what real fatherhood looks like. And for an entire generation of kids who may not have had that presence in their own homes, Carl was there every single Friday night, never missing a beat. Reginald has never stopped working. He competed on season 33 of Dancing with the Stars in 2024, where he won hearts all over again with his spirit and charm. He returned for the show's holiday special in December 2025. He's continued lending his iconic voice to animated projects, including Invincible, and he's appeared in national commercials as America's most beloved TV dad. Reginald VelJohnson is living proof that some people are born to make the world feel like home. Next up at number 3, our beloved Kellie Shanygne Williams, the one and only Laura Winslow. Kellie was just 13 years old when she first stepped onto that set. In 1989, a girl from Washington, D.C., who would grow up right before our eyes for 9 beautiful years. Today, in 2026, Kellie is 49 years old, or about to turn 50, aging beautifully and carrying the years with such incredible grace. Laura Winslow was the heart of that household. She was smart, strong-willed, and had this incredible way of making every teenager watching feel seen. Her eye-rolling at Steve, her quiet strength when things got hard, her journey from girl to woman. Laura was the big sister we all needed. She taught us that it was okay to be picky about love, okay to have standards, and okay to wait for someone who truly deserves your heart. And here is where Kellie's story becomes truly beautiful. Instead of falling into the Hollywood trap, she gracefully stepped away to pursue her true calling. She married Hannibal Jackson, and together they are raising their children. Kellie earned a degree in psychology and has devoted herself to charity work, mentoring, and public speaking about identity, family, and resilience. She still takes on occasional acting roles. She appeared in the Miss Pat show in 2024, and has a new film called Dark Zero, 48 Inches, the works. She even reunited with her TV mom, Jo Marie Payton, in the 2022 holiday film A Family Matters Christmas. Kellie Williams proves that beauty, brains, and real-life happiness are the ultimate success. At number 4, the woman who held that family together with love, wisdom, and an iron will, Jo Marie Payton, our Harriette Winslow. Jo Marie was 39 years old when Family Matters premiered in 1989, having already originated the character of Harriette as the elevator operator on Perfect Strangers. Audiences loved her so much that an entire show was built around her family. Today, in 2026, Jo Marie is 75 years old and still radiating that same strength and elegance. Harriette Winslow was the backbone of that home. She was the voice of reason when Carl lost his temper, the gentle hand when the children stumbled, and the quiet fire that kept everything from falling apart. For so many of us who watched, Harriette was the mother we aspired to become: fierce, loving, and unshakably devoted to her family. Jo Marie has never slowed down. She is the iconic voice of Sugar Mama on Disney's The Proud Family, louder and prouder, bringing joy to a whole new generation. She starred in the Netflix series Miss Governor in 2025, and she has new projects coming in 2026, including the drama Conundrum: Secrets Among Friends. She is a proud mother and grandmother, a human rights activist, a 4-time NAACP Image Award nominee, and an accomplished jazz singer. Jo Marie Payton is a living testament that the best roles in life are the ones you play off screen. At number 5, a little boy who stole our hearts and then grew up to build a remarkable career, Bryton James, our adorable little Richie Crawford. Bryton was just 3 years old when he joined the cast in 1990, taking over the role of little Richie from season 2 onward. He literally grew up inside the Winslow living room. Today, in 2026, Bryton is 39 years old, and you would not believe the man he has become. Warm little Richie was our window into innocence. While the grown-ups dealt with life's complications, Richie reminded us of what it felt like to see the world with wide, trusting eyes. His giggles, his curiosity, his pure little heart. Richie was the childhood we were all trying to hold on to. And Bryton's journey since then has been nothing short of extraordinary. He has been playing the role of Devin Hamilton on The Young and the Restless since 2004, that is over 20 years, on one of television's most legendary soap operas. He's an Emmy Award winner, a voice actor on Young Justice and Star Wars: Tales of the Jedi, and right now he is actively working to bring Family Matters back as an animated reboot with the original cast on board. The little boy from the Winslow living room grew up to become a man determined to keep our memories alive. And for that, we are forever grateful. At number 6, the cool big brother every kid on the block wanted to be, Darius McCrary, our Eddie Winslow. Darius was just 13 years old when he became Eddie Winslow in 1989. Born into a musical family, his father, Howard McCrary, is a renowned gospel musician. Darius brought a natural charisma to the role that was impossible to ignore. Today, in 2026, Darius is 49 years old. Eddie Winslow was the big brother who made growing up look like the greatest adventure. He was the cool kid, the jock, the guy who always had a plan, even when it fell apart. But what made Eddie special was his transformation from a reckless teenager into a young man learning responsibility. He mirrored our own messy, beautiful journey from adolescence to adulthood. And for that, he will always hold a place in our hearts. After Family Matters, Darius continued building a diverse career. He voiced the beloved character Jazz in the 2007 Transformers film, had a notable run on The Young and the Restless, and appeared in numerous film and television projects over the years. He is also a talented singer and music producer, carrying on his family's rich musical legacy. Darius founded Father's Care, a non-profit organization dedicated to empowering fathers and strengthening family bonds. That is the Eddie Winslow spirit, always looking out for family. At number 7, the grandmother who made the entire world feel like family, Rosetta LeNoire, our irreplaceable Mother Winslow. Rosetta was already 78 years old when Family Matters began in 1989, a woman whose astonishing career had begun all the way back in the 1930s, performing in Orson Welles' legendary all-black production of Macbeth. She was the goddaughter of the great Bill Bojangles Robinson. She carried 7 decades of artistry, resilience, and grace into that Winslow living room. Mother Winslow was everyone's grandmother. She was sassy, street-smart, full of wisdom, and she had this magical ability to make every problem feel smaller just by being in the room. While everyone else was exasperated by Steve Urkel, Mother Winslow embraced him. Their friendship was one of the most beautiful things on television, a reminder that love doesn't see weird or different. Love just sees a heart worth holding. Beyond acting, Rosetta was a pioneer. In 1968, she used her own savings to found the AMAS Repertory Theater, an interracial theater company in New York City dedicated to celebrating talent regardless of race, creed, or color. She spent over 30 years nurturing that dream. In 1999, President Bill Clinton awarded her the National Medal of Arts. Rosetta LeNoire left this world in 2002 at the age of 90. But her legacy on stage, on screen, and in the hearts of everyone who called her mother lives on forever. In loving memory, Michelle Thomas, our Myra Monkhouse. And now, we come to a moment that requires us to be very still. This last place in our video holds no number. It is reserved for someone whose light shone so brightly and left us far too soon. Michelle Thomas. Michelle was 25 years old when she joined Family Matters in 1993 as Myra Monkhouse, the girl who loved Steve Urkel before the world ever caught on. She was born in Brookline, Massachusetts, the daughter of Dennis D.T. Thomas, a founding member of the legendary band Kool and the Gang, and Finjuar Thomas, a talented stage actress who was also Michelle's first acting coach. Myra saw the beauty in Steve Urkel when no one else would. She loved him loudly, fiercely, and without apology. And in doing so, Michelle Thomas gave a gift to every person who ever felt invisible, the promise that somewhere out there, someone would see them, someone would choose them. Not the cool version, not the fixed version, just them. Before Family Matters, Michelle had already captured hearts as Justine Phillips, Theo Huxtable's girlfriend on The Cosby Show. She was a pageant winner, a trained dancer, and a soul full of light. Michelle left this world in December 1998. She was 30 years old. Her co-star and dear friend Jaleel White has spoken publicly about how deeply her passing affected him. He keeps a memorial to her in his own home. That's the kind of person Michelle Thomas was, someone you carry with you forever. They may have left this world, but every time we press play, they come back to life, wrapping us in the warmth of our childhood. Rest in eternal light, Michelle. You are remembered, you are loved, you are forever, Myra. And so, here we are, at the end of a journey that started in a living room in Chicago, Illinois, and ended right here in our hearts. Family Matters wasn't just a show. It was a promise that every Friday night, no matter what kind of week you'd had, this family would be there waiting for you, and they were. Every single time. Now, before you go, I have 2 questions for you, and I really truly want to hear your answers. Question 1. Time for a confession. Which cast member was your absolute biggest childhood crush growing up? Don't be shy, let's give them their flowers in the comments. Question 2. If you could go back in time to the exact living room where you first watched this show, who would be sitting next to you on the couch? Honor your loved ones and share those golden Friday night memories below. Subscribe to keep our beautiful childhood alive. Until next time, take care of each other and never stop pressing play.